Hey, what's up with it? Hold on. Hold on. They screwing me up here. I don't know what they doing, man. They messing me all up in the game. I thought everything was all cool in the game. They screwing me up. Hold on. Alright, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now, this is the movie review for Elevation, starring Anthony Mackie, not directed by Anthony, but Marina Baccarin. She's in this and she's amazing. But he produced this film, Anthony Mackie. And what's happened is there is like a post apocalyptic thing going on here. There's some alien like creatures that have wiped out the entire world except for Colorado. Only those in Colorado that lived in the mountains, those who was driven into the mountains, they were able to survive. Anything past 8,000 feet, you were able to survive. Everybody else was wiped out. Completely wiped out. Now, get this. None of the animals were harmed. None of the life forms were harmed. The only thing that was harmed were humans. And Anthony Mackie has a son who's really sick and need medicine. And they got to go to Boulder, Colorado is the closest place they would go that has these medicines and valves for him that he needs to survive. Now, he knows he has to go through these tunnels underground for a little while, so he can only be so many miles away from where it's bad or not safe. But these creatures won't go past 8,000 feet. Why? Where did these creatures come from? And why they seem to be fireproof, bulletproof? Nothing works on them. These creatures, they're kind of, well, I'll wait till you see them in the movie, but to save his son, he has no choice but to go. So his son only has probably less than a month to live if he doesn't get this medicine. So he has to go on this, he's got to go anyway. So the only person that went up against him and survived, who made it back, was Marina Baccarin. Her character, she's a physicist who's been working on ways to try to find something to penetrate their shell. She has this scale. It's the only thing she had left, one of the scales of the aliens, where she was trying to find out what could penetrate it. So Anthony Mackie has made a great sci-fi movie without a lot of people in it, but showing what happens in a post-apocalyptic situation where people were making shells and everything else and decided to go on this mission. He was there to save his son. She went there to try to get back to her lab to see if there's some way she could work on to find a way to kill these things, or at least hurt it. Now, these alien creatures, they can detect us. They have night, and nighttime is not going to protect you. It's even worse because they can see at night and you can't. So they can see you through the dark. Plus, for some reason, they're able to detect the carbon monoxide that comes from your body. So the only way they can't know you're there if you're not breathing. But all animals and everything else is safe. Carbon monoxide from them, not a problem. Humans, CO2 that we exhale, that's what dooms us. And buddy boy, this movie was incredible. The girl I went with, she likes it. She loved this movie. Me, this movie would have been very short. Because I'd have been like, look, I got to go for my boy. You know, I'm going to go for my boy, but this goofy bee right here ain't going with me. It was one person that shouldn't have went with the group. And I'd have probably shot her from the start. I'd be like, look, I got to shoot her because she getting on my nerves. So I definitely give it 3.5 out of 4 stars because there's 2 scenes in here that keeps this from being a 4-star movie. Because they want to have this, the movie and the pacing is going along so well that they forgot to have these moments in the movie where characters are flushed out and they got to tell a little bit more about themselves. And I'm like, y'all should have did this all in that room during the first doggone like safe spot. Like you playing a video game, you get to a safe point. Right, when you get to the safe point, that's when this conversation should have took place. I don't want to hear this. You know, somebody getting chased by a monster or something, and the next thing you know, they're sitting there, like trying to go through the tunnel. They got to be quick about it. You got to be like, okay, we got to do this as quickly as possible. Less time, watch each other's back. You fighting something you can't penetrate with none of your weapons. But yet, here we are trying to fight this thing with our weapons. Now, with that being said, one of them decides to go into a whole diatribe about their life. I'm like, why do we need this conversation now? We need to get down this goddamn tunnel and start making a move. I don't need to know, so how did you end up here? Well, what was you doing the day the world ended? Well, I had a fight with my boyfriend. He hit me in my nose. Oh no, why? I'm like, who gives a There are aliens on the platform we gotta get away from. Does anybody forget about the aliens that's going on around here? The what are y'all talking about? Boy, I was mad as hell that whole scene. She's like, you just heartless. I'm not heartless. I'm just saying I'm with the situation. I know what we're at stake. There's aliens running around out here. We got to go there and get the shit and come back before anybody starts effing with us. That's what we got to do. We making too much noise. We sitting in here chilling like we got that kind of time. We don't. So, right. So moving right along, as this movie starts to get cooking, there's one more scene like this. The physicist is trying to work on something that could possibly take this thing out. They don't know how much time they got. Now, all of a sudden, she wants to start going down this whole diatribe, right? Wants to go down the whole diatribe of, oh my God, this is what's going on. Oh my God, this is a problem. Oh my God, I can't believe this. And they premiered the new Captain America trailer, because Anthony Mackie is Captain America, Brave New World, in the middle of this film. Before the movie kicked off. Yeah. None of these guys saw it coming. And we're going to get into all of that. Mm-mm. No, because what you don't seem to get no, it's a grand nucleus of problems. Oh, what's good, man? I see you. Well, the majority of those problems were pretty much clear. Mm-mm. No, it's just that when you're on a time sensitive thing in the movie, right? You see that the situation is time sensitive. What you don't want to do in the situation is create something that doesn't need to be. And you probably say, well, what's that is? I don't understand what that means. What doesn't need to be? What doesn't need to be is you going through a whole storyline on what happened in your past when we're trying to figure out, we're in a time sensitive situation. We got to figure out what don't work on these aliens, what do, and we on a limited time before they come running up in here in this lab. they're going to detect there is some CO somewhere, CO2 going on, and we need to be over there. And by the time the aliens figure that out, we need to be on the move. So definitely go check out this movie called Elevation. It hardly got any publicity at the movie theater. Like no traffic. Oh, I've been all about it. I mean, the scenes and how it was shot was amazing. I would rather you go check this out. Oh, they did The Purge in A Quiet Place. I didn't know that. That's the map. He knows how to get through the mountains and where to go. He's got to go save it, do it for his son. That's the no good third person that came with him. And once you cross 8,000 feet, they could be on your ass. Yeah, they look like them stone they look like them stone lions with razor sharp claws. They got a alien tail, like a whip. They got like tentacles that come from they mane, like they got some dreadlocks they can swing up there. Like these things is well designed. So definitely go check this film out. I give it 3.5 stars out of 4. Elevation, Anthony Mackie, Marina Baccarin. Check it out. I'm out.